What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, going back to Imperial Age. Yes, indeed, Imperial Age fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Michael Milholland, and Michael wanted to see me react to this song by Imperial Age called Call of the Towers. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Imperial Age, okay? And the video has 66,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Imperial Age, Call of the Towers with orchestra and choir. Official live video. Wah, wah, wah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there's that word official coming off of their official YouTube channel page, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Look, you know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is we're going to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
now. He's leaving. Okay. I guess we're gonna have an instrumental break. I like the 6/8 feel. I like the fact that we're in 6/8. Got that 3 feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've had that going the entire time. Intro was about 2 minutes before the vocals kicked in. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, considering the fact that the song is like, what, 18 minutes long? Yeah, it's a little over 18 minutes long. 2-minute intro, no problem there. Makes perfect sense. Instrumentally, everybody sounds fine. Guitars, bass, drums sound just fine. I like the addition of the orchestrals and the choir. I think they do add to the overall presentation. I think they do add some depth, which is nice. As far as the length of the song, time will tell. Time will tell. We'll see. We'll see how an 18-minute long song turns out here. It might be great. It might be fantastic. Then again, it might just be an absolute suck fest. So I don't know. I don't know. And there are factors I'm looking for. In an 18-minute long song, there are definitely things I'm going to be looking for. And if we don't get them, oof, it's going to be a rough day. Anyway, let's get back into this. Let's see where this goes. starting to get old. Actually, I take that back. It was starting to get old about 4 minutes ago. I like 6-8. I do. I really enjoy 6-8. It's probably one of my favorite time signatures as far as, songs that I listen to and songs that I play. We've been in E the entire time. And the song really hasn't grown. There's been really no change. Okay, so in the 6-8, we've gone from that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to accents on all 6. Da 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 da. Okay, we had that happen. And that's it. That's all there's been as far as any type of evolution. And the thing is, it didn't last for very long. It only lasted for like a minute, if that. And then we went right back to that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is getting redundant. And it's getting boring. It'd be nice. I don't know. Maybe a key change. A modulation. Maybe switch out 6-4 and go into 4-4. Something like that. Maybe. Doesn't have to be an extreme change. Just something just to kind of shake things up a little bit. So, show some growth. Show some depth for an 18-minute long song. Some transitions, some evolution, some growth, some change, kind of spruce it up a little bit. It would be nice. But as it stands right now, we've had 12 minutes of basically the same thing. And if I'm being honest, it's getting a little old. It's getting a little stale. So hopefully we change things up a little bit. That would be really nice. Let's get back into it. Let's hope that happens. Wait a second. Wait a second. There's 3 trumpet players. 1, 2, 3. Who's playing? I'm sorry. That's a French horn player. I'm sorry. That's not even a trumpet player. Oh, now the trumpet player is going to put the mouthpiece up to her mouth. And she had a look on her face, too, like, oh, crap, I forgot. Conductor's reminding her, it's your part. Whoops! Whoops! So we know track usage is being used. We've that's already been established with the keyboard parts, whether it be piano or organ or harpsichord or whatever. There's no piano player. There's no keyboard player. So we already know that that's being tracked. Now it looks like at least this trumpet part's being tracked. I wonder what other horn parts and string parts are being tracked. I wonder how many choir parts. There was a place back somewhere. I really don't want to go back, but there was a place back there where I heard the choir come in, but I was watching the choir and I didn't see any mouths moving. Not one. I'm starting to believe this whole quote unquote live performance. I think I'm starting to think it's full of crap. I'm sorry, but I don't like being fooled. I really don't. And this trumpet player just gave it away. So she is the only trumpet player. So we got, okay, that is, looks like a clarinet. French horn. So she is the only trumpet player. She's it. One trumpet player. Huh. That's some magic right there, boy. Whoops. I am shocked whoever edited this video didn't catch that. I am shocked. Oh, yeah. There's harp being played right now, too, but I don't see a harp player either. And now it switches from perfectly dead air, dead space to live mics. Oh no, those are ocean sound effects. That's even worse. That's even worse. Wow. What sham. What a sham. Official live video. Like I've always said, folks, don't put too much stock into titles. You people will always try. Artists, bands, record labels, they will always try to put things over, and they will always try to get things by you. Yeah. Oh, we are going to talk about this. Oh, yes, we are. All right, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Imperial Age with Call of the Towers. This was a request from Michael Milholland. Okay, there are a number of things that went into this score. A number of factors. And we're going to talk about all of them, I promise. So let's get to the score, and then let's get to how I came up with the score, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.1. Yep, 6.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.1, what does that mean? Well, a 6.1 would translate to a pretty good skill rating because overall, I think this was a pretty good song. Remember I said that. It would also get 3 out of 5 stars and a B- letter grade. Yeah, B as in boy, B-. So there you go, a 6.1, pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars and a B- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room before we go any further, because this is going to answer a lot of questions. The quote-unquote live performance. I think we established that the orchestra was not playing live. We've already established that. We saw that the biggest example was the trumpet player missing her cue to get her trumpet up to her mouth. Four measures of trumpet went by before she got that oops looking at her. Oh, I forgot. Let me quickly get to my page. Don't even bother at that point. Just fake it, because that's what you're doing anyway. So I mean, that's the biggest example. Other examples, watching the strings, their bows not going the same way at the same time. A lot of bowing inconsistencies. A lot of bows moving when they should be just holding a note, as what's happening in the song, and yet bows are moving back and forth rapidly. Whoops. Trombone players, when trombones are playing, but their trombones aren't up. I saw that happen a couple times too. So it's very obvious to me that the orchestra was not playing live. They did their best to try and make it look like it, but they failed miserably. And the same thing goes for the choir. There was that place where the one female vocalist was right before she came out. The choir came in, audio. The choir came in, but I was watching, and not one person was on a microphone. Not one mouth was open. Everybody had their mouths closed, and everybody was either looking around or looking at the floor or looking at their sheet music. Yet the choir was going. And then there was a quick snap to the guitar player and then a quick edit back to the choir, and all of a sudden mouths are open. Not quite. Editor didn't quite get it right. So choir was also a lip sync job. Now, the band. Was the band playing live? Possible. I didn't see anything when it came to the drummer, the guitar player, the bassist, or any of the three vocalists, the three lead vocalists. I didn't see anything from those six that made it look like they were doing a lip sync job. But here's the thing. The keyboard, the harp, the organ, all tracked, obviously, because there was no musician on stage to cover those parts. I've already demonstrated that the orchestra is clearly lip syncing. Clearly lip syncing. The choir is lip syncing, without question. Okay? So between the choir, the orchestra, the keyboards, all lip syncing, all tracked. What's to say whether the band is lip syncing or not? I mean, everybody else is. I mean, would it make sense to have the band do a lip sync job as well? Might as well at that point. Could they be playing live? Could they be singing live? They could be. I mean, I don't have any clear-cut evidence to show that the guitar player, the bass player, the drummer, and the vocalist were lip syncing. I don't have any evidence to support that claim. But one can assume, one can make the assumption through deductive reasoning that since everybody else, and I mean everybody else, was lip syncing, it stands to reason that they all were too. One could make that assumption based on the evidence that's been compiled. Now, like I said, though, I don't have any evidence to support my theory that the band might be lip syncing as well. I'm not sure. They could have been playing live. They certainly, look, if they were doing a lip sync job, they did a fine job of it, because I was watching those last 6 minutes, boy. I was watching them like a hawk, looking for any sign of lip syncing. I didn't see any. I did not see any. So it is very possible that they were singing live. It is very possible that they were playing live. And we're just going to leave it at that. But here's my issue. You have in your title, official live video. The band, the core members, the six, they might be playing live. It's possible, but everybody else on that stage was not. So as a result, I found myself in a quandary. Do I take the video into account here? Do I take the performance, quote unquote, into account here? And I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to say no, because at the end of the day, since 3/4 of the people that were on that stage were lip syncing, this to me was a music video. Okay? So as a result, I did not take the video into account. It is pushed off to the side, and if people want to pick it up at the door later, they certainly can. So that's 6.1. Remember I said that 6.1 was for the song? Remember I said that, right? That 6.1 is for the song alone. Only the song. The video has nothing to do with that score. Okay? If I had chosen to put that 6.1 or take that 6.1 away and base a new score and include the video, I can guarantee you we would be down. That would be a significantly lower score. I'm not going to say how much lower it would be. I'm not going to say how much of a difference it would make, but rest assured, I can promise you, the score would be lower, much lower. So that's why I think it's best we take the video, put it aside, make it a non-factor, and let's just talk about the song, okay? So that 6.1 is for the song itself and the song alone. So let's talk about that song. 18 minutes and 13 seconds. Okay. Like I have always said on the channel, I don't have a problem with long songs. I have no problem listening to an 18-minute song, a 22-minute long song, a 28-minute long song. I got no problem listening to these, as long as well-written, well-constructed, it has some depth, it has some body to it, it has some growth and evolution to it. It's interesting, I'm intrigued, I'm engaged, I'm not bored, I'm vested. If it's a really great song, I got no problem with it. As a matter of fact, a number of times on the channel, I've posted it up a few extra tenths of a point just because it was able to do that. On the flip side, if it's not particularly well written, if it's not particularly well constructed, if it's a pretty linear song, it doesn't really go anywhere, it's pretty one-directional, not a whole lot of thought went into it, you know, no creativity. If I'm bored, if I'm, you know, regretting listening to this, if I'm sitting here literally watching the seconds tick by, I'm gonna absolutely tear the song to shreds. And I've done it on the channel before, and I have absolutely no problem doing it again. And I gotta say, this song, boy, did it teeter. It teetered right on that line. I love songs in 6/8. I do. I love that 6/8 feel. I love that 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5. You could absolutely get behind that. For 18 minutes, with absolutely no changes in tempo, no changes in time signature, no changes or direction or growth or development in any way, shape, or form, just staying on that 6/8 whole time. Not gonna lie, folks, I was, as much as I love 6/8, I kept hoping that we're gonna take this in a different direction. Now, I will say the drummer did switch things up twice when he went into that double time and had the snare on all 6. Da, 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 da. He had that going for a little bit, and then he would go right back into the 6/8. And then about another 3/4 of the way through the song, he went back into it again, you know, and it was like, okay, well, I mean, there is that. At least we have that. That helps. It does help. Is it enough to save the song? Not really. No, not really. The guitar playing and the bass playing, they were solid. They were solid. Same thing with the drumming. The drumming was solid. The guitar playing was solid. The bass playing was solid. I didn't hear anything that really blew my mind. I didn't hear anything that really, you know, stood out, but it was solid across the board. It was also very redundant and very repetitive, and they just kept playing the same thing over and over and over again. Now, if the song were 6 minutes long, or hell, I'll even say 8 minutes long, even if it was 8 minutes long, I could have handled it a lot better. 18 minutes. No.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
No. Especially when we had that one place where we had the orchestral break, the instrumental break, where they stopped playing. And as soon as they came back in, though, they picked up right where they left off. Why bother at that point? If you're just gonna pick right back up again where you left off, it's kind of like, what's the point? You know, that would have been a perfect place to change things up. That would have been a great place to change key. That would have been a great place to change key, or at least modulate and go into something a little different sounding. Nope. We pushed pause. We had this orchestral break, and then we unpaused, and we just picked right back up where we left off again. Not very creative. Not very creative at all. There was a lot of opportunity there, a lot of missed opportunity. We could have changed tempo. We could have changed key signature. We could have changed time signature. We could have gone, or at least modulated in some way, to change things up and freshen things up and add some depth and some body and some growth and some evolution to the song. Nope. We're going to keep it simple. Okay, fine. Keep it simple. But be ready for me to call you out and say, that was pretty boring. You know, that you guys missed a golden opportunity there to really show off some great songwriting chops and develop this song so it isn't so linear, so it isn't so one directional, so it isn't so shallow, you know? Would have been nice. Would have been nice. The vocals. If I'm being honest, the vocals were the most impressive thing about the song. The vocal delivery from all three vocalists were really well done. They were really well done. The addition of the two female vocalists, it was nice. It was nice to see that they were worked in as soloists as well. They got to come out and do, I think it was 16 measures. No, actually, I think it was more than that. I think it was about 32 measures. But they each got a chance to shine on their own. I thought that was really smart. I thought it was really nice. I thought it was very polite. I think it was very well done, too. Very well spaced out amongst an 18-minute long song. You know, give them a chance to go back and have that theatrical entrance when they come out. I think that was smart. Again, were they actually singing live? I don't know. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. I can't find any evidence to the contrary, so we're going to assume that they are singing live. So their delivery was nice. His delivery, I think, impressed me the most out of everybody. He showed some really nice range, getting up there along with the power and projection, and it didn't sound pitched. It did sound a little strained, just ever so slightly strained, but that's okay. He's getting up there. He's getting up to the top of his register, and yet he's still able to have the projection, the power, the support. It didn't sound thin. It didn't sound pinched. A little strained, yes, but I can handle that. I can absolutely handle that. He's human. He has limitations. Okay, cool. He's pushing his limitations. I respect that. And he still made it sound good. When all three of them were singing together, obviously that's the highlight. That's where the high point, the apex point of the song really comes into play. They blended really well together. When they did harmonize, they sounded really nice. So I can honestly say the vocals were the highlight of the song, without question. And that's pretty much it. That's it, folks. Like I said, the song itself, it really didn't go anywhere. They took, a song, very linear, and then they just kind of made a little detour, and then they came back. And then they would make another little detour, and then they came back. And then they made another little detour, and then they came back. It always came back. There was never any actual change in direction of the song. There was just these little inflections that they would add, like an instrumental breakdown. And I'm just like, We're gonna have the guitar and bass and drums lay out and have an instrumental, have a orchestral break. Okay. Same key, same tempo, same feel, same everything. Okay. And then the band comes back in right where they left off. It's like, why bother? What's the point? They could have cut, seriously, they could have easily cut 5 minutes out of that song. Easily cut 5 minutes out and break it down from an 18-minute long song to a 13. Hell, we could actually have cut 6 minutes off, cut a third of the song out, and shortened it to 12. And I think the length of the song and the direction of the song and the linearness of the song would have been a little more palatable. I think it would have been a little more acceptable. I think it would have been a little easier to listen to if it had been a little bit shorter. But as it was, the song just droned on and on and on. So, not really a fan of this one, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really not the biggest fan of it. But looking at the song objectively, man, they did do some things well. So, this is how I'm coming up with the 6.1. And like I said, that video, that quote-unquote live video, yeah, that was a non-factor. I already went over all the reasons why. So, we're not even going to discuss it any further. So anyway, 6.1, I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in the prettiest, shiniest bow we could possibly find. We got a 6.1, which is a pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I can do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.